Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Our channel covers a range of topics including current events, fitness, personal development, and technology to help you look, feel, and live your best life. Tune in for actionable advice and engaging discussions. We the willing, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
So join up. Do your part. There's a long war ahead, and we need you. So join up. Do your part. There's a long war ahead, and we need you.
Have you any idea how successful censorship is on TV? Don't know the answer? Successful, isn't it? Have you any idea how successful censorship is on TV? Don't know the answer? Successful, isn't it?
About how we can better ourselves and further ourselves, further your mind, you know what I'm saying?
How you gon' wear my trust when the last one's
Let's be
deep?
clear. This is
How you gon' be in your love when the bed don't sleep?
invasion.
Deep, deep, crash your feelings in the middle of the street. Fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up. When you was at your lowest, tell me where the hoes was at. When you was at your lowest, tell me where the bros was at. 3:30 in the morning, scroll through the call up. Ain't nobody but the mirror looking for the fall off. I love when you count me out. 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 My name is in your mouth.
Alright, might be about you. Next run, right, might be about you.
Conductor. Welcome to the new golden era. Yo. This that purple tape mix with Cody vibes. Hey, yo. Imagine getting murdered with the case in the Sub Village. It sure is. Yeah. DJ Drama.
Hey yo, I'ma take it back to the ski mask Chanel. So yo, with my mail, I can never fail. I can be through you, I can tell you a tale. You ain't never ate rules, Chris in a cell. Everything grab, you moving at a pace of a snail. Supreme clientele, cause my cocaine pal is wrapped on the hype. My dope house well with Egypt, reading Portland's Carter doing well on a mountain. R&B pictures on my bandwagon. Boxes cost 500, I got my pants sagging. If you had to drive 50 miles, you was hand cracking. Back when I popped the Infinite, I had the less swag. True story, I could get anything done. Runway, Gucci, jeans, suit, hair in the blonde, Santorini, black sand, dick sucks in the sun. The top 3 and not 3 or 2, but I'm the Vanetta Love. See me, I'm the model type. Balenciaga torty with the piranha bites. Ace rolls on ice. Hit you broad day, fuck you in the pole lights. Nigga, I'm dose nice.
Returning the boom back with 2 million on the wrist. DJ
Yo,
Drama.
top round sailing, surrounded by Trump paraphernalia. I dare you to step to the guard, you be a failure. Peace to all my niggas live from the east, Fireball, Gangsters, Bull. Got a fresh 15 who throwing aces. I'm stepping on your shit, chrome automatic. And don't forget to switch, hold up.
Now spin black on you niggas. Go harder.
Hey yo, ain't nobody fresher, that's word to my Hyman. Brains everywhere on the wall, go get some diamonds. Back to back, going Perry on about to vomit. Hanging out the hard red ghost with the chopstick. Everything I see you niggas, yeah, I never rocked it. But the little Vans burn a hole through your pocket. I ain't see the Mark 3 years, nigga, stop it. Shake that shit, bitch, shake it, and try it, man. I'm an order, all lost time for plus it's smell like how far from you talk about. Put the 40 in your jaw, I'm a maniac. Couple million on the floor, ain't nobody fucking with the Fendi overall. Pumped on the bag leg, yeah, I miss to show it off. Yeah, I miss to run up on you broad, damn, blow it off. Yeah, I miss to send a dummy pack through the thorn mall.
Gangsta, shootouts every day. Niggas don't dance no more. All they do is this.
Super Fly Guy.
Shootouts every day. Niggas don't dance no more. All they do is this.
Super Fly Guy.
And there's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it. Yes, namely, the Max Syndrome story. And there's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it. Yes, namely, the Max Syndrome story.
There is no nobility in poverty. I've been a rich man and I have been a poor man.
Good evening. This is White Liberal News. Say my name 3 times and a waitress magically appears, shaking in fear. Many have been saying the Democrat Party needs to reach out to men. So today we're helping with our special report. It's our duty as an unbiased source of news to help the Democrats as much as we can, along with 90% of media and social platforms.
Up first, we talk to our favorite token Latinx representative, Lisa Lopez Cuerpazo.
When I serve drinks, I learned what men like. So let's make men drunk and dance for them. Maybe then they'll come back to the party? Well, LLC, I will never understand why Latinx women tolerate the male gaze. Many Latinas voted the wrong way, so clearly misogyny runs deep. So, Mexico literally has a woman president. No offense, LLC, but this is to help the Democrat Party. We haven't listened to Latinx before, and we won't start now.
He congratulated the teleprompter on a powerful speech. He's fought in every American war since the 1700s. He thanks the city he's not in, then waves at the flag like it's an old friend. He hides his own Easter eggs. He once sniffed a St. Bernard's tail, mistakenly thinking that it was attached to an 8-year-old girl. He forgot where he left the Coke in the White House. Wait, no, he didn't. He needs GPS to find his way across a stage. He once tried to build a railroad from the Pacific all the way across the Indian Ocean. He thinks poor kids can be just as bright and talented as white kids. When someone answers his calls, he asks them what they want. He once woke up from a dream to realize that he was president, so he went back to sleep. Subtitles have a day dedicated to him. He's got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. He can't go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts without speaking in a slight Indian accent. He is the most confused man in the world.
I don't always drink, but when I do,
I have trouble even saying to myself my own head the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly.
Captain Picard rolling deep through the void. Got a fresh pack, fully deployed. Worf's got doubts, but he took one hit. Now he's singing Klingon reggae and loving it. To holy smoke, what no one smoked before. Light it up and open that warp core door. Peace in the stars, puffing evermore. To holy smoke, what no one smoked before. Riker's got strange with classified names. Data tried one, now he's playing mind games. Troy feels vibes from a distant sun. Says the whole damn quadrant's chilling as one to bully smoke when no one smoked before. Set phasers to bake and crank starboard four. Talk through the night till we reach the Lord. To bully smoke when no one smoked before.
She has never ordered a meal that she didn't send back with a complaint. She doesn't say hello. She says, "May I speak to your manager?" She complains about the cost of living, but spends an average of $31 a day at Starbucks. She knows the entire HR department on a first-name basis. She thinks microaggressions are a real thing. She likes immigrants and respects the unhoused, as she calls them. That is, unless they're in her neighborhood, of course. In school, they called her a tattletale, and they still do. She holds the record for spending the most time on the phone with customer service. She just won't let those bastards win. She locks at doors when she sees black people, but that's okay, because she voted for Obama twice. She spent the COVID lockdowns on social media, tagging the local police under businesses that weren't supposed to be open. She has called the cops 43 times so far this year, and it's only March. Her haircut and sense in fashion tells everyone she's a bitch, just how she likes it. No one can satisfy her, ever, but she still expects her husband to. She's the most Karen woman in the world.
I don't always drink, but when I do, I like to have a glass of wine. Or 2 or 3 maybe. Stay complaining, my friends. But no, seriously, I need to talk to your manager. Like right now.
Can a young nigga get money anymore? Baking soda run every box in the store. They buy it before it's done. I brought the pot to the door. When you up this much, you just stop keeping score. Playing with a pussy, let her splash in the phone. Sex all night, mad head in the morning. It's just me and my brick. It's just me and my brick. It's just me and my brick. I made the block go crazy. Brought the stove back to life. Made the pot go crazy. We whip. It's just me and my brick. It's just me and my brick. Just me, just the two of us. I send them through just to shoot it up. It's just me and my brick.
You know how many times I've used that line? That's why I'm hoping you'll understand it. I mean, shit, this ain't about me and you, right? It's about America. It's winning a war. That's right. And to that point, I did some thinking before I came here tonight. Did you know in the last 3 years I've made you almost $56 million to help win that war? During which time I've been beaten, shot, prison, killed people. Not to mention unleashing a plague and selling out my own father. To keep the gravy train flowing, of course.
And you wanted it. Remember?
Yeah.
Damn! Niggas ain't fucking with me, man.
Fun decorations. But the white boys had told all them French gals that we had tails. Then they found this ignorant colored soldier. Paid him to tie a tail to his ass and run around half naked making monkey sounds. They put him on a big round table in the Cafe Napoleon. Put a reed in his hand. Crown on his head. Blanket on his shoulders and made him eat bananas in front of all them Frenchies. Oh, the white boys danced that night. Passed out leaflets with that boy's picture on it. Called him Moonshine. King of the monkeys. And when we slit his throat, you know that fool asked us what he had done wrong.
Country shot.
My daddy told me we got to turn our backs on this kind, Wilkie. Close our ranks to the chitlins, the collard greens, the cornbread style. We are men, soldiers, and I don't intend for our race to be cheated out of its place of honor and respect in this war.
The sunlight. Trying to go legit this time with no gunfight. Straight flights to Ghana. My man got the gold connect. Bow-legged dude with chicks on deck. He got Navy sailors moving in crypto specs. Maybach Hummer, sound like a discotheque. His brother Stan blew off his own hand. He's in the mausoleums, couldn't sew his wrist back on. It's in the Coliseum. The monster's out, straight down in the opera house. Scorpion pendant, red stone in a lobster mouth. Diamonds embroidered in the Chinaware, speaking through Tesla phones. Tucked behind the ear, Snow White Royce, guts red with lasagna chairs. Scarface party was raw with mad lines in there. Everybody holding, rock wallers, mad nines in there. Hitters with gold fronts frontin', was the concierge. 50 years of hip hop, New York is the mascot. City is the backdrop. One more, you can holler at me. You can holler at me.
That I gotta be the best of them all. That's just cut and dried. I'm the best. Whether you like it or not, you're looking at, the greatest, the best looking man, the best dressed man, long limousines, jet airplanes, custom made clothes, and any woman in the world I want, just like that. You know what? Let's face it, if you're not carrying the big gold, you're second best no matter what you tell yourself. So gear up, ladies and gentlemen. Get used to it. Who you're looking at, the man.
The almighty, the legendary West Side.
Hollow be thy name. Are you really ready for
Fly God himself?
You're looking at the man.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
You son of a bitch! 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 You son of a bitch!
You're now rocking with the hottest DJ. With the hottest DJ. Dropping banger after banger.
Bring it on now!
This is your girlfriend's favorite DJ. Yes! And then on the ones and twos.
Check it out.
The dopest beats are ready. Testing speakers. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let's go. This is the hottest DJ in the city. In the city. Live in the mix. It's the one. It's the one and only. You are now rocking with the doctor of all mixes. Make some noise for Mixing Genius will hit the floor in 3, 2, 1. This is party people.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Show will begin now.
Yo, what up? Salute chat. Salute to the chat. I see y'all crowding in here. Red Sigma already in here with $2 super chat. I see you, Playboy. We're gonna do a drop for you. Let me get a sound check. So you there, Playboy?
Mic check.
Oh, you sound good. Tito.
Yeah, what up?
You sound good. And Mr. O.
What's happening, Joe? What's up? What's good?
What's good with you, man? Salute to the chat. No news. Red Sigma. I see a bunch of Cloud Rogers floating in here. Up, there go the numbers. Brother Zeke, what up? Music Man, Lord of Brooklyn. Andre 420, what up? I ain't seen you in here in a minute, Playboy. Carrington Morris. All right, bet. Let's not even do no delay. We got a lot on the docket. Stuff burning down, shootings and whatnot. We got a lot on the docket. Let's do opening statements and get it rocking. So what you got for us, Playboy?
Another week, more chaos.
Hell yeah. So, I think you muted yourself.
Yeah, that was it. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, bet. Yo, Tito, it's all yours.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about when I said that right after the inauguration that this administration should have started cracking down on leftists immediately. You know, fuck what the political fallout was going to be. Fuck the media bullshit about, oh, it's an authoritarian stance. Look what we have here now. Look what we have here now. This is why we should have hung these people after the Civil War.
That's all you, Mr. O.
Yeah, another week, another top-notch week of fuckery, you know what I'm saying? Everything in between, politics, entertainment. You know, we still got these people celebrating Cardi B and everything with her situation with being a side chick baby mama wife. Being a side chick baby mama wife, and now a lot of these chicks and dudes want to go ahead and say we should go ahead and celebrate this type of arrangement. And then we got these people talking about the far right, but like Tito said, the far left, y'all have been doing the most. Y'all done tried to not only take out a president, y'all literally took out someone that really had nothing to do with it at all. But y'all took him out anyway, made him to a martyr, and now y'all got all these people trying to go ahead and save face. Nah. We holding y'all foot to the fire or even to the midterm, and hopefully we get rid of all of y'all by 2030. And I'm passing the mic.
All right, well played. All right, we off to the races then. We're just gonna start off at the top. Let's get some of this Keisha BFF out of the way until we get to the meat of the show. Comey and we had 2 shootings in one day, North Carolina and the Mormons burning the church down and everything. So that's going to be the meat of the show. But let's knock these two segments out of the way. Let's this is the I'm gonna play the short one first because I want y'all to actually see the Keisha. Bang. We want to actually see it, and then I'll play the full news clip. So let's play. This one's just 40 seconds. I want her on the perp walk. They got her on the perp walk on this one. Let me just turn this one up. So this Keisha apparently shot her 13-year-old son during a fight in Houston. So I want this one with the perp walk, and then I'm gonna pull up the actual news.
Breaking tonight at 10 o'clock, a North Houston mother is in custody after police say she intentionally shot her teenage son. KPRC2 News cameras were there as deputy constables took the mother into custody. The Precinct 4 constable's office says the mother and her 13-year-old son were fighting at the time. The son was taken to the hospital for treatment. The mother now faces aggravated family assault charges.
Our suggestion is separate, call law enforcement, let us come out, deal with it. We'll track everybody down. We'll deal with everybody. Don't take it into your own hands because it can lead to something like this.
That deputy there says that there have been other calls to this address. Other family members were home at the time, but they say they were not involved.
There you go. Let me load up the full story. I wanted to get the one with her on the full perp walk because the other news stories, ironically, the other news stories, that's the only one I seen with them actually showing her. They be protecting these Keishas, boy. You rarely be getting the mug shots or the perp walk joints. So let's do the full story here. Bang, perfect. Let me do the full story, add this to stage, and we'll play that out, and then we'll do the round robin on this.
When we start with some breaking news, a 13-year-old boy is in the hospital here tonight after being shot, allegedly by his own mother. A heavy police presence just cleared within the last couple of minutes. As to what led up to that shooting, authorities would only say an argument is what caused it. Fox 26's Jonathan Mejia live for us here on the scene with some more details on this. Jonathan.
That's right, Anthony. Very hectic scene here. I can tell you that the mom has now been detained, is being booked into the Harris County Jail, and she's being charged with aggravated assault against a family member. Now, authorities say this all happened around 5:52 p.m. when they were called to the 1000 block of Ranch Oak Drive, just north of Houston. Now, according to Harris County deputies, a mother and a son had an argument concerning family matters that have been brewing over time. The son was not armed, and while there were other family members in the home, no one else were injured. Authorities say they've had previous calls to this home for a mixture of different calls. Investigators did not want to go into detail on where the boy was shot and what they were arguing about.
2 family members were involved in a disturbance. It is going to be a mother and a 13-year-old son. During the altercation, the mom did produce a weapon and she did fire a round, striking her son.
Now, we now know that the boy is in stable condition and authorities continue to investigate this shooting. I'm reporting live for Fox 26 News, Jonathan Mejia.
All right, perfect. So, you want a piece of that? Saul?
You know what they say, the most protected group, media-wise, outside of the small hats are?
Oh, Keisha's.
I heard that quote somewhere, and I think it applies here. You know what I mean? And I think this is why we need to continue with, our harsh truths about, the sort of disgusting, antisocial, and sociopathic behavior that they're prone to. Nobody seems to really care that this is a minor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're thinking more about the protection of somebody's image than they are, the well-being of a minor, man. And until some shit shakes, it's gonna be the same of this shit. So that's my 2 cents about that, to be honest with you.
All right, but Tito, what you got for me, man?
As unfortunate and sorrowful as this incident is, we have to kind of move our emotions to the side and intellectually understand that the so-called black man in this country really doesn't get a chance to be a minor. I did a couple of stories last year about similar incidents, except it wasn't shooting, it was beating to death, like the woman, I think, in Washington State that beat a boy to death for more than, they say, 1,800 blows with an extension cord, literally beat him to death with an extension cord. See, since the so-called black man is regarded as a slave first, his life only has meaning as long as whatever he does is able to be commoditized and monetized. So it's ironic that the death of a black adolescent being beaten to death, that people actually mourn like an athlete that died in a car accident more than they will a black 12-year-old boy that's been beaten to death, because his life force was monetized and commodity, it was a commodity. So this is how we are regarded here. We have to have an environment that we control where our lives actually count. Until then, this is what you're going to get. It is what it is.
All right, spot on. That's all you, Mister. What you got for me, man?
What did Tommy Sotomayor said so many years ago on this beautiful platform? Then he said that these are the worst stewards of children. Like, conflict resolution skills is bar none. Being mothers, I thought they're supposed to be nurturers, y'all. So this is how they nurture. Like, go ahead and put a blicky to their kid and put a 6-inch hole in some part of their body. This is what the nurturing aspect, these so-called sins we talking about. They the mother goddesses, they the queen civilization, the cradle, the womb, and all the other bull crap.
Black woman is God.
Bullshit. Hey, Tito. Hey, Tito, remember a couple of years back with that woman who shot her son, I think was around on the southeast side or something like that, in the crib, shot him right in the head. I forgot what the situation was, but
it was over a memory card. It was over a memory card.
Yeah, it's over a memory card.
She had a memory
over
card.
a memory
She had
card.
a memory card with her fuck tapes on there.
Wow.
Yeah. So, look, these are supposed to be the cradle of civilization between their legs, right? But if this is the cradle of civilization, send the nukes down. Just go ahead and end it right now. Because if this is what the community looks like, if you don't do as they say, they try to take you out. Even if you do as they say, they make it into a humiliation ritual and make sure they get every ounce of dignity out of you before they discard you to the wolves. And I pass the mic.
Well played. All right, that provides a good segue into this doubles down or something. We've been making this argument like we've been making it ongoing, but in particular the last 2 weeks with them trying to get blacks to jump in front of this T shooter with the furry boyfriend and make it a black man and a black issue with the so-called race bait and everything. So Saul sent me this clip. So I want you to take the top of this when I play it. But this is spot on, and this is the argument we've been making for quite some time with the Democrats got the key, and the Democrats and the liberal white women got the keys to jumping out like crash test dummies. And then the broader picture is trying to get the majority of the black men to jump out as crash test dummies and attach their the moral high ground of their blackness to these causes that don't have nothing to do with us. But this brother said it the most concise way that I've heard in quite some time.
Make blackness synonymous with homosexuality. We allowed the pervert community to take a brown stripe and a black stripe and put it in the rainbow, and we did not riot, we did not shout and scream, and we barely said anything about it. Being black does not mean that you have to be gay. Do you not know that Hispanics are now the largest minority group? It used to be blacks. They killed us at the abortion clinic. And now they're killing us by convincing us that our boys need to chase boys and our girls need to chase girls.
I'm going to run that back one more time.
They are trying to make blackness synonymous with homosexuality. We allowed the pervert community to take a brown stripe and a black stripe and put it in the rainbow, and we did not riot, we did not shout and scream, and we barely said anything about it. Being black does not mean that you have to be gay. Do you not know that Hispanics are now the largest minority group? It used to be blacks. They killed us at the abortion clinic. And now they're killing us by convincing us that our boys need to chase boys and our girls need to chase girls.
Spot on. You want the link? I'm going to drop the link in the chat for you, Music Man. Go ahead, Saul. Take that at the top while I drop this link in the chat for him.
Mike check, you hear me?
Yeah, you sound good.
I'll say this. Being mindful of the globalist agenda is in your interest, black man in particular. Okay, there's discussion of this concept called the Malthusian curve. There's an assumption that there's so many resources, so many capacity that could fit this planet. Okay, and we sit up here and we believe that the pseudoscience of eugenics is all but gone and has been routed after the 1940s. And that's not exactly true. So what's the best way you can control a population? By brainwashing them into believing that, not to procreate. And one way you do that is two different ways. Have them three different ways. Have them be so reckless and so degenerate without any sort of self-governing rules or laws, you take the religion away. Then, of course, you promote this sort of aspect of abortions, right? And the sheer numbers with that. And then along with that, when that doesn't work, you promote, this lifestyle where it's woman to woman, male to male. And I think that, people are realizing the three-dimensional chess to where you know, they are synonymizing the black identity with gayness. And that's you know, in the interest of our own extermination. That's my take on it.
Well played, sir. Hold on. Do my eyes deceive me? Is that hoop jargon? Is that hoop jargon? Hoop, can you hear me? Didn't I ask?
Your eyes deceive you not, my friend.
What up, Hoop? What up with you, Playboy? I gotta give you a drop just for coming by. Hold
I don't
on.
even think they call me Godfather. You said you're coming to my house on the day my daughter's to be married, and you asked me to do murder.
Mad liberator, death operator, rock the data, amazing flavor.
All right, bet, Hoop. You we put you in. I'll play it back after Tito and Mr. Ogo, and we get you in rotation on this one. How much time you got?
I got about a hot 30s. Let's get it.
You got a hot 30? Okay, let's go. Tito, that's all yours. What you got for me, Playboy?
Basically, what you see now, right? A lot of people always like to say, even the liberals like to say on the news, you know, oh, well, the black community is the canary in the coal mine. This masterclass in mate denial that you see being ran on all world society was tested on us first, right? First, you had you know, agents and plants come along and say the black woman is God. Then you have the film industry with the color purpling of America. And so that right there was the pathway to open up, you know, what was already there in the undercurrent, because you had many famous blacks like Zora Neale Hurst and James Baldwin and Bayard Rustin that were closeted homosexuals.
Facts.
And so that those insinuated upon us cultural events allow for that scab, that undercurrent to be pulled away, and for that sickness to bleed out into the mainstream. And so when you couple that along with failed government policies, along with the politics of feminism, and then you add in abortion, and then you add in this cult of profligate materialism, it's a masterclass in mate denial that's probably going to see one day possibly so-called black people go extinct. I always tell people, you know, one day you're gonna walk into a museum and you go see an exhibit with some white people walking with mastodons with spears. You go see another exhibit with like some Sami people from Finland, you know, warming their hands over fire. And then you go take a couple of more steps and you go see another exhibit with a brother standing there with a pelly jacket on and some mics and some jeans with a Yankee cap. And you go see his girl with her arm around him with a baby fat jacket on with some tight jeans and boots. And the exhibit is going to read The American Negro. And I'll land my plane there.
Well played, sir. Go ahead, Mr. O. That's all you. And then we're going to run it back for who? What you got for me, man?
Man, you know, and piggyback what Tito just said, all the motherfuckers was tutelage under Alain Locke. From Alain Locke with the New Negro back in the 1920s, Bayard Rustin, Civil Rights Movement, Angela Davis, and all the other people in between. These people been trying to, hold on.
Yeah, your background is crazy.
So ever since back in them days, right, they've been trying to infiltrate the LGBT community into the blacks. I mean, they made a TV show called Orange is the New Black, and look what happened. They say gay is the new black. So they've been trying to infiltrate for the longest, and now they made their issues into our issues and our issues to their issues.
No,
right there.
Yeah, Mr. O at work, y'all. He tapping in. All right, Hoop, this for you. I'm running it back, and then give me your 2 cents. You ready? Let's go.
They are trying to make blackness synonymous with homosexuality. We allowed the pervert community to take a brown stripe and a black stripe and put it in the rainbow, and we did not riot, we did not shout and scream, and we barely said anything about it. Being black does not mean that you have to be gay. Do you not know that Hispanics are now the largest minority group? It used to be blacks. They killed us at the abortion clinic. And now they're killing us by convincing us that our boys need to chase boys and our girls need to chase girls.
That's all you. What you got for me?
Yeah, man, this is like that Trojan horse culture, man, of if you got to be down with one thing, you got to be down with everything. And I saw an article, man, today, and I was making fun of one of my homies who's short. And,
of course you were. Of course you were.
So, but pardon me for a second. Let me get the name of this young brother. Fuck. Let me see. Okay, I may not get the name, but it was a dwarf cat in the days of MLK. And when we talking, when he was, in his prime, and he had like an alliance, the way they described it, with the pro-black movement and what have you. And niggas was literally saying that to be pro-black, you had to be pro-dwarf. I'm like, listen, man, no disrespect to my 4'2" and below niggas out there, man, but listen, my struggle is not attached to your struggle, homie. I'm sorry, it's just not. And so what you're seeing is, nobody says that anymore. We're talking about the 60s, but people, like, any struggle will do. Any struggle will do. You can attach all these struggle groups to go against the so-called oppression class, and everybody's supposed to be in line. And I'm glad that under this current administration that people's like, I'm not going. I'm not going. And I love the fact that the most obsolete phrase that people try to use to stymie that is saying that this is what you voted for. And I counter with, yeah, you goddamn right.
Goddamn right.
You goddamn right. Nigga, you not about to shame me out of not thinking like you, motherfucker. It was evident on the front end.
Facts. You goddamn right. Facts. And I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
Nigga, I'll do it like you not, nigga, don't threaten me with a good time.
Good
nigga.
time?
So that's what we're up against with these goofy ass, obfuscations of like people trying to recorrect, or redirect society to where things are so-called quote unquote normal. It's like, nigga, are y'all niggas forgetting where we was this time 12 months ago when the shit was topsy-turvy, upside down, where you can lose your job of not using the correct pronouns and all that goofy ass shit? Nigga, we smooth where we at right now. So all this goofy shit, when they try to, combine like terms and put all these struggle groups together, nigga, good luck. Because the niggas who really got their chin up and their mind open to really changing, nigga, it's light work. It's light work.
All right, bet. I like that. So wait, well, you said you got 30. Did you want to do some sports, or you just want to go through the segments with us?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the sports wrap up. I need a little time to finish up on that because I just finished the Cowboys game it finished with a tie with the Packers. So yeah, I can do another segment and then I can do the sports wrap up.
All right, bet. All right. We got a ball game now. All right, let me load up.
Or let me put this on your mind. If you want a more thorough one, give me a week and it'll be more thorough because Cowboys was late today and they kind of threw shit out.
Man, don't worry about it, man. We up here winging it. You already know that. I mean,
all right, bet. Next week, thorough. Okay, bet. All right, bet.
Niggas just want to hear you talk sports. You know what I'm saying? It just be up here be up here beating them in the head with some BFF and politics because somebody got to have a motherfucking conversation, though. You know what I mean? But I mean, if you want to give them a 5 or 10 minute sports spiel, and Tito might want to tussle with you for a minute, we could do that.
No, that's great. I got you. Yeah, we can do that after a segment. Then
all right, let's do. All right,
Yeah.
bet. Let's do the shooting. Hold on, let's jump to that. We skipped Google. Let's jump to the active shooter, and then I got your John loaded up for your background for the sports John. Saul
All
gave
right,
me a heads up though, by the way. You
Yeah,
know,
let's get it.
yeah. Oh, so I was like semi-prepared, you know.
All right, man. Let's get it.
Shit. All right, hold on. Let me get out of this. Bang. Let's do a screen share. All right, yeah, let's do this. Let's do Michigan shooter. All right, bet. Yeah, niggas been in the chat hawking us about the sports joint since football season started. Like, well, who coming back? All right, active shooter. Let's go.
Let's get it.
All right. Let's get rid of this. Get you up out of here. Remove. Bet. Let's go. All right, bet. Turn my volume up.
Of an active shooter and a fire at a church in Grand Blanc, Michigan. That's about an hour outside of Detroit. Let's go to Brian Yennis. He has the very latest for us. Brian, what can you tell us?
Kevin, good afternoon. A developing story indeed. We can tell you right now that the Grand Blanc police say that fire that you're seeing on your screen was started by a suspected active shooter. Sources telling Fox 2 Detroit that active shooter is now down. So this is the situation we have. We also know, according to that reporting from our local affiliate in Detroit, that there are 6 to 8 victims. Their condition currently unknown at this hour. An active shooter shooting the Church of Latter-day Saints, the Mormon Church in Grand Blanc Township. This is about 60 minutes northwest of Detroit, about 10 miles south of Flint, Michigan. We have seen some folks, victims being taken out by stretcher. There has been a full-blown response to this church. We don't know how this fire was started, but sources tell our Fox 2 Detroit that fire was started by the suspected shooter. This all started shortly after 11 a.m. local time. We expect a press conference at about 12:45, 1 o'clock Eastern with the latest from the police. But this is unfortunately, this was a church that they had people there worshiping inside. This church is open 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. today. When this shooter opened fire sometime after 11 a.m., striking from reportedly 6 to 8 people in that church. Their condition unknown. You can see the shot here. This is, we don't control this camera, but this is a local affiliate there. You can see the fire trucks working there. There are police officers there. Like I said, that smoke from the church is billowing a lot less than it was even just 15, 20 minutes ago. So you can understand the situation here, Kevin, where they are working on putting out a fire at the same time that they are looking for victims of an active shooter. Just a horrific situation, a complicated situation there for our first responders in Grand Blanc, Michigan right now at the Church of Latter-day Saints. So we should expect an update within the next 40 minutes or so to give us a sense of what else, just the extent of this horrific situation. We do know, though, according to the reporting, as I said, that this is the police in Grand Blanc Township are saying that there is currently no threat to the public at this time because the shooter is down. That is a bit of good news here, as you can see the first responders trying to figure out, trying to take out this fire while also saving potentially any victims that could be trapped inside, Kevin.
Let me ask you, do we know if the gunman opened fire, or did he attack the congregation and then set the building ablaze? Do we have any of that information? By the way, I should point this out. This is all happening on a day that the LDS Church announced with sorrow that Russell M. Nelson, the beloved president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, had died. He was 101, the oldest president in the history of the church. So it was a solemn day for mourners. I just wanted to point that out as well. Brian, back to you. What else can you tell us?
Yeah, it's a good point. Sources telling our local affiliate there in Detroit that the suspected shooter may have started the church fire. In terms of what came first, it is simply too soon to tell. What we do know, again, is that this was a shooting that was reported shortly after 11 a.m. You can see neighbors there looking, worryingly looking there. And so there are 6 to 8 victims. We don't know the extent of their injuries. We know that the active shooter is no longer was shot. We don't know if that shooter was killed. All we know is that that shooter is down. So these are all the things you can see. Our satellite view there, Google Maps, gives you an idea of the.
All right, perfect. Let's get cracking on that. Detroit, what they're saying is the Church of Latter-day Saints. That's a Mormon church. You're saying it's a rainbow church, but you can't be you can't have a Mormon shit with rainbow shit. Not that I know of. Tito, you wanted to cover this. Go ahead, take that at the top. Can you hear me? You gotta unmute yourself.
Yeah, this growing leftist threat is becoming a real national tragedy that this administration didn't get tough on this sooner. The problem with these people, and you notice that lately religious institutions are a thing. The reason that they are attacking these religious institutions is because they represent an environment and a family-oriented environment in which they and their lifestyle are completely incompatible with, and so that's why they hate it so much, and that's why they attack these religious institutions, right? But that, and besides whatever literal demons that they are possessed with, but something is gonna have to be done. Fuck all of the that's authoritarian or worried about being compared to Nazis or whatever. Something is going to have to be done about this growing leftist threat, or you go see more innocent people killed like this, and then it's going to lead to a civil war situation in which the regular citizens are going to take the law into their own hands. If something is not done about this shit, I would say around Christmas, you're going to have a really bloody spring next year. And I'll land my plane now.
All right, I could go with that. And last time I thought you were being hyperbolic. I was wrong. So go on for me. And I'll see you on that spring prediction. Hoop, let's get you in rotation. What say you, sir?
Yeah, man, this shit is just scooching like far and far and far and far upfield. Things that seemed hyperbolic months ago is becoming into fruition. And to your point, you just said about what Tito was saying, it seemed like, it's a little extreme to say that Republicans need to start getting more extreme as far as cutting the head off the dragon, because they're going to say what they say anyway. It's slowly but surely. And I highlight the Charlie Kirk situation is when you look deep down, what these people are really about, your friends, your homies, your family, whatever, they're really about that action. And by that action, I mean losing life over idealism. So if you don't align with me, I'm okay with you losing your life. I'm okay, hint, hint, wink, wink. You got what you deserve. And what's gonna have to happen is a new consciousness has to start to evolve. It's like you're gonna have to start cutting the head off these dragons like a motherfucker. And even though because we know, man, at the end of the day, the pen is mightier than the sword. Because the way it's going to be interpreted is like, oh, well, these fascists have been changing all this. But what I think the nasty underbelly of all this is all this stuff we let fester, of letting people do what they want to do, say what they want to say under the rules or under the guise of free speech, when these motherfuckers have really been setting the traps to have, a society where common sense is foreign. If you say things that are like, forthright or conservative in that fashion, you are seen as like the enemy. And these people feel vilified. They feel vindicated that they can go and do these, life or death situations in the name of them, being pious, being righteous or what have you. So yeah, man, it's getting to that point because it's gonna keep getting worse. Because to step back for a second, us people who think logically and have a more conservative slash, play nice, do things the right way mentality. These motherfuckers are getting way more turned up on the left, man. Look no further than guys like Destiny. Like, look where he is now, and look where he was 2 years ago. When
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's to the point now where they're starting to play this game where they like are learning how to incite violence, but like speak, walk a certain line where they're not really saying it implicitly. And people are starting to slowly catch on to that shit, but that's the game the left been playing for a long time. So these motherfuckers are starting to like adhere to those marching orders that people say since like the 2020 era that the manosphere era has been kind of dog whistling young men to be counter and be anti-feminist and misogynistic and all that shit. Lo and behold, though, that other side of the fence has been marching these motherfuckers since George Floyd and beyond to be trained, ready to go, crash outs, right? And now you start to see these motherfuckers now, these kamikaze pilots, proverbially speaking, these motherfuckers are really ready to take it to where it need to be taken. And I think that this administration needs to understand that you got to take these motherfuckers serious, take them at their word, because they're not just motherfuckers behind a computer and their Reddit post. These motherfuckers will start to put action to it. And let me say this, and I'll let it plane. It's always from distance. They don't want that smoke, face to face, but they are willing to do it. And I think that, we're in a moment now where we really got to take these motherfuckers at their word.
No, I agree with you. To piggyback on what you were saying, who was I listening to earlier today? It was some political analysis. Oh, it was Judge Joe Brown. And he was saying that he actually phrased it very well. He said that what's going on with this Backdooria movement and the flag, the Rainbow Coalition as it is, and the ultra violence, he was like that this is at least for the left, this is a new religion. That's why they during the left's reign, they instituted the getting rid of all types of religion. You can't put anything crosses up. You can't put any Muslim crescent or anything else like that. And they want their flags everywhere. He was like, and this is the new religion, and they're trying to impose it.
Oh, but you can still put up the Star David, aka Renfram, up though.
Right, but then they're trying to impose. Well, you see what they were doing at the universities. Trump actually pushed. You don't understand? They were trying to push that out the universities too with the Palestine thing. But Judge Joe Brown was saying is like they're trying to impose it like a crusade onto the he was like, and they're almost acting like jihadists now, and they're ultra violent. He was like, and it has to be rooted out. So I'm piggybacking on what you're saying. But what you call Mr. O, that's all yours, and we'll pass it to Saul. What you got for me, man?
Let's all go. I'll go right after him.
All right, man. I was trying to look out for you, so everybody gonna take your talking points. Go ahead, Saul. That's all you. Saul,
I would
there
say
you go.
this. This right here is an example of, jihadist fruiticide that we're going to continue to see, right? That, their head has been pumped up with a lot of this sort of social media, legacy media, university, along with, their social circles, into indoctrinating them into being, kind of sleeper cells. I kind of I'm looking at this kind of twofold. I don't want to put no tinfoil hat on, but I do find it strange that the whole Utah fiasco, and then you turn around and you see this whole Michigan kind of thing. It seems like somebody could be covering their tracks. You follow me, right?
Oh yeah.
But I would say that At this point, there's nothing to lose, and much to Hoop Jargon's point, like people are going to say it's a constitutional crisis. They're going to do this and that. You might as well go on ahead and slam down that iron fist because Tito has stated that there's all this sort of worry and fear and fanfare about the manosphere, and they really don't have too many things to point out any sort of violence. I mean, as much money, resources, time, and energy that they put into demonizing men and their ability to speak and speak freely, seems like when the left can't handle, I mean, even for the thought of even 4 years, with it having to change, they're literally crashing out. There's literally more violence on the board from them than any of the coverage that had been warranted to the manosphere combined even had been had. So I'll land my plane there with that.
No, I think you well played, so I think you spot on. Mr. O, it's all yours. Go ahead, man.
MK Ultra.
Facts.
Hoax. Yes. I'm calling it all out there like I'm the Black Alex Jones right about now. Now, look, I'm finding it ironic. Ever since Trump, even before he got elected, all these transmission assassins start coming out of the woodwork.
Transmission assassins? Really?
Yeah. Yes. Look, they've been coming out the woodwork. They have been coming out the woodwork, man. Now they get spotted with their rainbow so-called sniper tools and everything, and they want to be loud and seen. These people, these individuals, they are funded by the left, propagandized by the left, mind you. They say that the right is extreme, they violent, they do all these things, but now say everything about the left, they're saying that you are being a bigot, you're being all these phobes and everything. I'm trying to figure out, is the modern day transmission assassin is up there with the modern day Islamic suicide bomber? Because both of them hold the same ideals, they do the same extreme things, and I hate to say it, we gonna have to start exiting some people out. Like literally for the greater society and the greater good of society. But again, hoax actors, psyops, like even though it was a real event, I still think that the Charlie Kirk situation was a psyop, propagated by the left to so-called make the right think that this was a right thing, and go have everybody go into a civil war. And I'll pass the mic.
All right. I don't completely disagree with that take on things, especially the MK Ultra part. That being said, anybody else want a piece of that segment before I move on? All right, cool. All right, let me knock these super chats out the way, and then Hoop. Let's do.
Yeah, I want to touch on the MK Ultra thing.
Okay, go ahead.
So when you talk about these subjects, it's almost like you got to kind of put them in a certain basket. And it's a two-dimensional spectrum, and that's where we are. We talk about things, staying out of tinfoil cap land, and we just seeing things, taking things at face value, this, there, and the other way. And I think also it's a three-dimensional realm where like things are like more spiritual, things are more esoteric connected, things are more about large scale, world domination kind of things. And I can only lament to the Israeli Mossad cat who was on the interview. And I want to say it's maybe about 10 years ago. And he was saying about how the world stage is like at their behest. And so all these people who come and what have you, they're just all players of the game. So when we talk about these things, it's very hard to kind of stay, we'll kind of navigate those two dimensions because If you go to third dimension, you're seen as kind of like a buffoon because you got to explain a lot. You got to like kind of walk it all the way down about what symbols and what signs mean and what secret societies mean and so forth and so on. Most
And
people
things happening on certain dates and in concession. I know what you're
correct,
talking about.
correct. Exactly, because if we, you know, if we go on three-dimensional, you know, I saw some pretty profound things about Charlie Kirk thing having a parallel to predictive programming with, you know, the movie Snake Eyes. And
Yeah,
we
you took
saw
it back. Snake Eyes, you took it back.
yeah, man, 1998.
Oh, yeah.
And
Nicolas
they talked about
Cage.
yeah, Nicolas Cage. That was one of his breakout films, you know, because he's kind of a goofy guy, but that was when, you know, his more serious taking roles. And in that movie, they were speaking about, you know, the victim of the plot was Charles Kirkland, and he got assassinated in the neck, shot in the neck, and it was at a boxing match. And the boxing match was some cat and dude named Tyler the Executioner, and you guessed it, what day it took place, September 10th, right?
Mhm.
So those things you can't ignore. Again, if we go in third dimensional, we're talking about predictive programming. Those kind of things go very deep, you know, and we talked about, well, people have talked about The Simpsons and prognosticating events and, you know, 9/11 and Trump coming down the elevator and shit like that, escalator for that matter. So those things are not correct. It's just, it's a lot more to unpack to come to a consensus with those conversations. But I say all that to say, when you look at those things and you look at Charlie Kirk, you know, and the brother just talked about psyops and what have you. These motherfuckers be running game on you, man, like a motherfucker. And the whole thing is to make it absurd. It's so absurd, but these are like rituals that run over and over. But it's hard to parse them through and to make things linear. But again, to take it back to two-dimensional world, if we're gonna take everything at face value, it's a lot of fuck shit that need to be taken care of on the front end, you know, like we kind of, you know, so eloquently laid out. Because if you don't, you're leaving all this shit by chance and by, you know, virtue of people's emotionality and feelings. And it's just like, it's just gonna lead to a chaotic environment going forward, man. So I'm glad that, you know, people always say this shit, you know, who look like us. Oh, I'm on the right side of history. You know, like, bitch, no, you're not. You on the side of chaos, man. And so I love being, you know, amongst brothers who convene and we talk about things as they are, as not as, you know, how idealistically what our people say. We look at it how things are, you know, pragmatically, and just call it down the line, because this kind of speech is needed.
No, spot on. And to the last point that you made, you spot on with that, because you've been here since you're a witness. You seen and Tito culminated. We slow walked about. I'm referring to the right side of history comment, because we slow walked this shit down all the way up to November. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the channel didn't start off talking like this. We slow walked this, and you was a part of that shit. So we ended up on the right side of the coin with this one, and now we're gonna push it over the finish line. And I'll say this for that though. We're gonna segue to the Comey indictment after this, but the indictments are coming down. Kirk is in the ground. Trump got 3 years to go. Antifa just got declared a domestic terrorist organization. A lot can happen in 3 years. We just gonna put it that way. And I think the gloves are off. And as far as now, bear in mind also, even though Trump has got sole control of the party, don't get it twisted. There's a civil war going on in the right as well, like internally. They just keep they shit under wraps a little bit, and they try to bury their bodies in the backyard. Let's just keep it a buck. But we got 3 years to walk this shit down, and I think this shit is about to get real dirty and brutal, especially after, I keep saying, after the State of the Union and the midterms in particular. All right, guys, that is our segment. Let me knock these super chats out of the way. And Hoop, you want to give me 5-7 minutes of sports?
I got you.
All right, let's go. I'm going to read them all in concession, guys, because we're at the 1 hour, 9 minute mark. We got a full panel, and we got to We got to fall in under the 2-hour mark. Red Sigma, right from the gate with the $2 super chat. He says, salute from work. Appreciate you, bro. We're going to do all the drops in succession. Brother Zeke with the $5 super chat. He said, nah, we're not letting that slide. Keisha voluntarily went to Planned Parenthood. Whole fact, though. Remember, choices and responsibility. Hashtag accountability. And shout out to my man, Duck Descendant. This is my accountability partner with the AWS cert. I'm scheduled for November, by the way. Shout out to Saul. If you know, you know. He said with the $5 super chat, he said, we're dealing with a sect, a society where leftist politics is their credo. Salute to the chat and fam. Yes, sir. Let's run a couple drops in succession and let's do some goddamn sports. What we got here? What I got? Let's go with this.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do.
I appreciate you guys for supporting the stream. Let's do some goddamn sports. What we got? Did I load up the right one? Yes, I did. That's all you, Hoop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Official hustlers anthems. You get money.
That's
And guess who's back? Still smell my clothes like Krispy Kreme cooking.
Man, guess who's been Zach, man? You jam that young Jeezy on the way in, baby. If you play that new Jeezy, all the dope boys go crazy. Hold on, man. All right, man. I know y'all been feeling for a little minute, man. I'm back. So we're going to do the sports wrap up. We're going to talk about the shit that people actually care about. We're going to get to it, man. So to start things off, let's talk about college football. Florida State loses to Virginia 46-38 in a thriller on Friday. As you know, Friday night college football usually is, to quote my boy Bubba Dub, trash. But it actually was a very good football game with Virginia pulling out at the very end 46-38 over the Florida State Seminoles in competition. Also, backdoor by Arizona State, the surprise of the Big 12 so far, pulling off a victory over number 24 seed TCU 27-24 at the crib. And shout out to Mo Williams, a kid I've seen grow up from Houston, Texas, transferred from University of Houston on the defensive end, transferring there and seeing that program turn around. So shout out to the Sun Devils out there in Arizona State. So we go with, Ohio State handling business over the Washington 24-6. Easy work. Oregon pulling out a late victory over Penn State 30-24. LSU losing to Ole Miss, number 4 LSU. What are you doing, baby? 19-24. And the game of the week, in my opinion, was Alabama against Georgia. Because Alabama, listen, is at 17 ranked, not having a quite Alabama Saban era, game that era that we're expecting, but pulled out the game against Obviously SEC rival against Georgia, 24-21. And shout out to the play where they threw the screen pass that big fat motherfucker. And he ran the ball for the touchdown and that nobody could touch. And shout out to the play callers having the gumption to throw the ball to that big 300-pound son bitch that nobody could tackle, man. So shout out to Alabama for pulling that game out. To round things out in the top 25, Texas A&M finally, all that money they spent, they beat Auburn 16-10. Indiana beating Iowa 20-15. And who else do I give a shit about on this goddamn top 10? You know what? I'm gonna talk about my damn Longhorns. Listen, man. Texas pulled out a game on UTEP, University of Texas El Paso. They won by 2 touchdowns. And listen, man. I love me some Arch Manning, but he not looking like that guy. Y'all in the chat, have you guys been paying attention to Arch Manning? He looked like he's struggling a little bit. I don't know if he's like more of a zone read quarterback because they market him as, obviously, if you guys don't know, he is the nephew of Peyton Manning and Archie Manning, the son of Cooper Manning. And he's just not fitting the bill, been a 2-year red shirt pretty much, for my, team I represent, University of Texas. It ain't just quite, materializing to the next thing yet. But he's not looking like what I thought, and I just got to keep it stacked. Oh, and also, shout out to BYU pulling out a late victory against Colorado. Coach Prime, who's near and dear to my heart, with a lack of, late game management, lost a game at home in Folsom that they should not have lost, 24-21, even though BYU is ranked there or not. But shout out to Brigham Young University for pulling out that late game thing. So to round out the top 25 rankings, we have the Ohio State at number 1. We have Miami. We have Penn State at number 3. Hold on. That's actually the unupdated one. Okay. Check that. All right, so we're going to move over to the NFL rankings. Now, listen, I came off a long stretch of watching this Cowboys and Green Bay Packers game. It was all over the place. The Packers dominated early, and it actually ended in a 40-40 draw. In overtime, Cowboys and Packers. Now, somebody in the chat, let me know. Did you think that game would end 40-40 in a tie? And this game was very emotional for those who, are Cowboy followers or fans or what have you. Micah Parsons comes back to Jerry World, and he had a decent game. He had a sack that was technically a tackle, but Dak had scrambled out the pocket. He caught him late. So he did get a sack, but it was a really good football game if you guys follow. So, shout out to both of those teams in that. So let's give a quick rundown for the NFL results. So as things start off on the top end, the Jets and the Dolphins, nobody give a shit. We ain't going to talk about that. Well, it's actually going to be tomorrow for the Monday Night Football. So the Seahawks start out with a marginal win over the Cardinals, winning 23-10. Sam Darnold, who's looking like, a great late resurgent quarterback, with 242 yards, 1 tub with the victory over the Arizona Cardinals. Like a lot of people are worrying, what's going on with your boy? That little shrimp quarterback that you guys got at QB1. He's not looking as good as advertised. He's not pulling up the standard that we expect. And we talking about one Kyler Murray. But, the Arizona Cardinals sitting at 2-2, sitting at the bottom of the NFC West. Moving forward to a game that actually was very revelatory, in my opinion. The Steelers beating the Vikings 24-21 with Aaron Rodgers. So a lot of people had a lot of opinions about Aaron Rodgers coming over to the Steelers. Would it affect the actual results? And listen, man, 3-1, I'll take it. But shout out to Carson Wentz with the retread, putting up at 30 for 46 for 350 yards, 2 tubs in a losing effort on the road. The Falcons beat the Commanders 34-27. The Bills was surprising late game, push to beat the New Orleans Saints, the hapless, the quarterbackless New Orleans Saints, who are 0-4. The Bills had to kind of dig deep at home to pull the game out late. Also, the Browns losing 34-10 to the Lions. The Browns got to figure that quarterback situation out. Joe Flacco, if you guys watched that game, he threw a alley-oop of an interception in the game. It's like, come on, man, what are we doing? You have 2 young quarterbacks with Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders who are in the wings. You drafted them at the 3 and the 5 spot in the round position. Like, Joe Flacco's not going to be a guy. The Browns sitting at 1-3. They got a good win last week against Green Bay. No disrespect to that, but like you guys need to figure that shit out. All right, so Panthers and Patriots go 43-13. Patriots whoop that ass, take care of business. No surprise there. Now, here is the surprise of the week. The Giants change quarterbacks. They get rid of your boy, Russell Wilson, a.k.a. Simp. Hooray! And they go with Jackson Dart, and they win 21-18 against the undefeated Chargers. That's a great victory, man. That's nothing to shake your fist at, man. So shout out to the Giants. And, skipping over Jameis Winston, skipping over Russell Wilson, and starting your first-round draft pick in Jackson Dart and getting the dub, which is your first dub of the year. So going on to Machismo's bitch-ass Eagles, they 4-0. They beat the Buccaneers.
Flag on the fucking play.
I figured you'd like that one. I figured you'd like that one. But no, Eagles handling business, being the consummate professionals that they are, even with that gay ass tush push. It is what it is, beating the Buccaneers, who is, the people's favorite with Baker Mayfield, who actually led in passing. No surprise, when you play the Eagles, you're going to be the leading passer because Jalen Hurts is a ball manager, nothing else. But hey, listen, it works. But putting up 22 for 40 for 289 yards with 2 tubs. So moving forward, Texans beat the Titans 26-0. Nothing else to talk about. Now, the surprise of the AFC South is the Indianapolis Colts. Now, they lost to the Rams today, 27-20, in almost the same fashion that the Rams beat the Texans 2 weeks ago. I actually went to this game in SoFi Stadium out here in L.A. when they won by a touchdown. But late, the Rams won by a touchdown. But listen, y'all keep your eyes on the Colts, man. Your boy Danny Dimes has found a second resurgence in his career, and he's playing damn good. But, Matt Stafford leads, the quarterback totals with 29 of 41 with 3 tubs and looking damn good. And I got to say, your boy Puka Nuka, whatever that motherfucker name is, 3 receptions for 170 yards. It's like every time I look up when I watch the goddamn Rams play, that motherfucker's open every play, man. So shout out to him, man, doing his damn thing. So Jaguars, the whole ass Jaguars are 3-1 as well. Getting that dub on the 49ers for 26-21. Brock Purdy being the top passer with 309 yards, 2 tubs. But Travis Etienne Jr., the running mate of your boy Trevor Lawrence back in Clemson, with 19 carries for 124 yards and 1 tub. Listen, man, Jacksonville Jaguars looking good, and y'all keep y'all eyes on Travis Hunter, being the second leading receiver, and also learning his ropes, playing in the secondary as cornerback, being the first dedicated 2-star player or 2-way player in the NFL level. So I see the comment asking about Lamar. Yeah, Lamar went down, and Cooper Rush bum ass was out there doing what Cooper Rush do, is throw the ball in the dirt. So Pat Mahomes showed y'all boys, stop talking that bullshit with his extremely light-skinned ass, and put up 37-20 on the Ravens, man. It wasn't even close. Pat Mahomes went for 270 yards for 4 tubs. Xavier Worthy being his top receiver. Shout out to UT. Hook 'em horns. 5 receptions for 83 yards. Listen, man, they control the game early and often, and as we discern in the chat, it's questionable about what Lamar Jackson's health is, but we'll see further. And I gotta give shout out to this little motherfucker. Fancy hands, as I call him, Caleb Williams. He balled out today. He pulled out the edge out the victory against the Raiders, 25-24. He put up 212 yards for 1 tub. And I got to say this too, Alshon Gentry with his first breakout game for the Raiders, 21 carries for 138 yards and 1 tub. He finally came out, but as we know, they took that L, and I got to give Fancy Fingers because, listen, man, I don't know about y'all.
Fancy Fingers.
Hey, don't forget the Bears put the spanking onto them Cowboys last week too. So don't disrespect Caleb Williams like that. Bad.
Hey, man, we talking about this week.
No, that's LGBTQB1. That's LGBTQB1 right there, bro.
I like it. Yeah, man. So Spirit Fingers got it done. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Bears for pulling out. That's just a nigga I can't fuck with. It is what it is.
And Lamar Jackson lost the step.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And so, you
That
know,
boy don't
and
lost
to
a step.
Tito's point, yeah, and it wonders, like, is he actually going to be able to pull this off in the playoffs? Because it's kind of becoming old now. You putting up these gaudy numbers, you being this dual threat quarterback in the regular season. When you going to do this shit in the postseason? I'll wait. But I'll lay
You
this
only got
game
one threat
again.
now. That nigga can run that fast no more.
Big facts. And so again, excellent how I led in with the Cowboys and the Packers 40-40 draw. Jordan Love being the top passer with 337 yards, 3 tubs. Jacobs was towed that thing like a goddamn prison guard to the goddamn prison cell, you know, with 22 carries, 86 yards, 2 tubs. And I got to give this to George Pickens. With CeeDee Lamb being out, looked like a tier 1 receiver with 8 catches, 134 yards, 2 tubs. And if you guys watched the game, he had a real tough catch on the double coverage late in the fourth quarter to let the Cowboys to a score. So, man, that's your sports wrap-up for this week. I will implement some HBCU totals as we go forward. But I was out at the bar watching the game, and it was a late game. So this is what we got, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all sub up to Hoop Jargon if y'all like, you know, what I present. And Machismo TV, Saul, thank y'all for having me as always.
My man. Give it up for Hoop, man. That's his banner. That's his banner on the screen. And Hoop then did a full channel reboot. The whole shit popping, man. I've been sharing this shit on the community tab, and back by popular demand, y'all. We've been seeing that in the chat for months. What's up with Hoop? So football season back, and I'll build you a football skin this week. I think last time it was basketball season. Last time we did a joint, so I rebuild the football joint. Oh, Tito, you want a piece of this before we hop onto the Comey joint? You want to piggyback on it?
Wait. First of all, Lamar Jackson lost a step. I remember when I told my fellow Bears fans that Matt Forte had lost a step when he got caught from behind on a stretch play by Luke Kuechly when they went to go visit Carolina, and the next year he was with the Jets. I told people the same thing about Lance Briggs when he got burnt by Sproles, and when they went to go visit New Orleans. Man, he don't lost a step. But that's why they wanted these running quarterbacks like this. I mean, the defensive ends are good, yeah, but they wanted these running quarterbacks like this because you can't have like no long-lived dynasty or no long-lived, like, you know, you ain't gonna have no Marino career or no Peyton Manning career playing like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they wanted it like that, to burn them out quick. But yeah, he lost a step. As far as Aaron Rodgers is an old, washed up, rag arm bitch. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the Bears to draft, because I already know that the first player that they go take next year is gonna be a defensive end. And I hope that it's that big young ass white boy from Ohio State that wear 92. And he go come and visit and he go get his career ended just like Brett Favre did. Remember that time that the Superdome, what is that? The Metrodome had collapsed because of the snow, and the Vikings had to play that Monday night game outside in TCF Stadium where the Gophers play at. Yep. And Corey Wooten has sacked Brett Favre and ended his career. Remember that? That old washed up bitches go down just like that. Watch.
Oh, even worse, like Bob Greasy, or was it? I'm trying to remember which one the Greasy it was. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers, he was the so-called backup golden boy right behind Peyton Manning, right behind Tom Brady. He was supposed to have been a so-called the dude to take the leap to the next level, but he never lived up to his so-called resume. One Super Bowl, doing weird stuff on and off the field. Yeah, man, he's done. Stick a fork in him.
He squandered
Aaron
his
Rodgers
whole
been-
fucking career getting high. He squandered his whole career getting high, and he is a poster boy. When people talk about white privilege, Aaron Rodgers is a fucking poster boy for white privilege. A black quarterback wouldn't be able to get away with a tenth of the shit he get away with. Like how he don't want to come and practice. If there was a black quarterback, the news would have fucking helicopters looking down onto their practice field for every day into the parking lot in the facility every day that their black quarterback is not in practice. If there was a black quarterback, there'll be a nationwide story every day.
Listen, as a guy who's not an Aaron Rodgers fan by any measure, at the end of the day, he went 18 for 22 for 200 yards, one interception, no turnovers. I take that every day and twice on Sunday. Just saying.
You said, just saying. All right, all right, guys. All right, what you call
the organization and the whole league?
No, again, I think he a whole ass teammate. I don't like Aaron Rodgers at all, but I mean, if we take it in the vacuum of what he did today, I'm just saying I take that, every day and twice on Sunday.
I mean, even old ass hoes, the 42-year-old hoes working in the strip club can get a couple of dicks hard. It's the same dynamic, but yeah,
Hey.
he's washed up.
He's the most turn profit that night. They smooth with me.
That's the difference between Ebony and Trixie. You know what I'm saying? They want Ebony, we don't want Trixie.
All right, y'all splitting hairs now. What you call it? Irvin said, "Welcome back, Hoop." Thanks for welcome back, Hoop. Told you. All right, guys. Let's. All right, boy. We're at the 1 hour 31 minute mark. Let's just do this last segment. We'll just make it under wrap time. Comey indictment. There's a bunch of news coverage on it, but I picked. We'll get a twofer for this. We'll get Vance speaking on Comey, and we'll get Vance for the segment as well. So let's do this, and this is the final segment, and we will wrap. Okay, and I'll let you know. Hoop, you gonna stay around for this one?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, this last segment. We up out of here. Let's go. Come on, man. Stream it up. Hold on.
Among Democrats, including Senator Tim Kaine, who is calling it a complete political hatchet job. The president has said.
Let's take it from the beginning.
Thank you. Good to see you.
So I want to start with this. President Trump has said that the indictment of James Comey is justice, not revenge. There is pushback to that, of course, among Democrats, including Senator Tim Kaine, who is calling it a complete political hatchet job. The president has said, quote, there will be others. And in the past, he has listed Adam Schiff and Letitia James. Do you think there are more indictments coming? And do you think that's justified?
Well, there's certainly going to be more indictments coming over the next 3.5 years of the Trump administration, but we're always going to let the law drive this stuff and the facts of the case and not political motivations, which frankly makes us so much different from the Biden administration, where they indicted not just the president of the United States, but so many people who were just engaged in the basic job of politics, who were engaged in policymaking, who disagreed with the Biden administration. And because that they faced prosecution from that same administration. If you look at the Comey indictment, Martha, this was a grand jury indictment delivered in Alexandria, Virginia, not exactly a hotbed of Donald Trump's political support. There were three requested indictments. The grand jury returned 2 of those 3 indictments. So I think they showed they were judicious. I think that it showed clearly that there were a couple of things that James Comey did wrong. And to the people who are saying that this is all political, I mean, look, if you look at our track record in the Trump administration, there have been people who have been prosecuted, who have been political allies, who agree with our politics. There have been people who disagree with our politics. We're not letting politics drive this. We're letting the requirements of the justice system and the law drive this. And unfortunately for James Comey, when I look at this indictment, I see a guy who lied under oath, and he'll have his day in court. He'll have his opportunity to prove the other case in front of the jury. But the idea that this is driven by politics, I think is preposterous when you actually read the details of the indictment and the obvious fact that James Comey did lie under oath to Congress multiple times.
All right, we'll see where it goes. With regard to Gaza, President Trump said that it's, quote, looking like we have a deal that would end the war, bring the hostages back. Can you tell us any more details about that and when we might see that deal roll out?
All right, I just wanted the Comey section. Tito, go ahead, take that at the top.
Yep, right on schedule. I knew that Comey's goofy ass would be the first one to get indicted because he was carrying a lot of water for Hillary Clinton and for Obama, right? And he was in the most privileged position to do it, with the, being the head of the director of the FBI, right? But it was his hubris. It was his constant, drawing things in the sand like 86-45 and all of that. I knew that he was going to be the first one to get indicted. It like the impeachment had its stink all over it, right? It had its stink all over it. But what's go piss me and a lot of y'all off is that Comey is going to be made out the fall guy for this, even though it is due to his actions, when it's more people that are probably more deserving of imprisonment than him. And I think one thing I can see coming out of this is that they're gonna go soft on the treason charges. I don't know why the United States government, and I'm not gonna say recent history, but after the Rosenbergs, Julius and Ethel Rosenberg in the 50s, during the Eisenhower administration, there have been many people who have committed treason, but for some reason they stopped short of charging them with treason and just charged them with espionage.
Barack Obama.
I don't know if any of y'all, huh?
He said Barack Obama.
Yeah, that's one. But some noteworthy names are Aldrich Ames, and that was a guy that was working for the CIA that was selling the names of assets and turned agents to it.
Yeah, we know Aldrich. I thought Aldrich was FBI.
Yeah. My fault. FBI.
Mm-hmm.
And he was selling the names and assets to foreign actors, and they didn't. Inexplicably they didn't charge him with treason. That's raw treason. It don't matter that it was for money. It's still raw treason. It was a guy named Bracey that was pulling as a Marine, pulling embassy duty in Moscow. They should have charged him with treason, and they didn't. This white guy that's been arrested and extradited from Australia that was helping the Chinese Navy with carrier landings, he should be charged with treason, and they haven't charged him with treason. So the two disappointing things that will come out of this is that Comey probably won't be charged with treason, just espionage, high crimes and misdemeanors, bribery and collusion, conspiracy and shit like that. And there are other people that are way more deserving than him that might not get charged at all. That's what's gonna piss y'all off about this, and I'll land my plane there.
Well played. Saul, that's all yours, and we'll wrap it up with Mr. O.
I say that as far as this goes, he actually needs to go on ahead and charge our boy, because people would think that he's all talk. He actually needs to go the whole 9 yards with it. I mean, probably won't get a treason charge, but I'm talking about slam the hammer of justice on him. You know what I mean? But as far as what do you call it, Vance again? Vance excellent showing with the media and whatnot. I think he actually presented a little better than Donald Trump, because Donald Trump kept stating on social media, outwardly, putting pressure on Bondi. You know what I mean? So at least Vance has a lot more decorum about himself. So it'll be good to actually see, or hilarious rather, to see a Donald Trump vice president on some president emeritus stuff with Vance in the front. You know, that'll piss everybody off. That should be hilarious, you know. But that's my thoughts about it.
No, what you just said. Run that by the bio because we talked about that. Run that by Tito.
Tito, so what do you think about a ticket with Donald Trump being more like a advisory vice president, like a president emeritus, would you say? You know what I mean? Well, not advisory, but a very strong one, almost like Dick Cheney and a Vance, a JD Vance. So when motherfuckers think that Trump is gone, he's still here, still the name too.
I mean, that would be a good idea if Trump was a little bit younger. That would be a good and perfectly constitutional idea. But you know, he getting kind of up there. I don't know. I'm still racking my brain as to who they should choose as his running mate. They probably should choose Gabbard.
Tulsi?
Yeah. As a safeguard against. Wait. This is why I say that. And don't nobody simp out. Just hold on before you start simping. The reason I say that, the reason I say that is because having Tulsi Gabbard would be an ultimate safeguard against any type of assassination attempt against Vance.
You mean from the right or from the left or both?
From both. Because
okay, fair enough.
Her as president, she not gonna play around with all this civilian investigation shit. She gonna go full U.S. MCJ and judges, advocate generals, and military tribunals. I promise you, she would.
As she should, as a matter of fact. All right. I'll go with that take. I'll take that. I like the Tulsi angle for protection against political assassination. I like, truth be told, and I didn't like him until he became Secretary of State. But I like Rubio, Vance and Rubio as VP of. Rubio has really shown himself to be a loyal lieutenant, a capable administrator, and a fucking pit bull. And just like everyone in Trump's cabinet, they are savages with the media. I think this is the most media savvy and aggressive collection of cabinet members I've ever seen in a presidential administration. All of them can hold their own, and they don't. And you know what I'm saying, and they eviscerate mainstream media with these poor faith interviews. Mr. O, what say you, sir?
When you lay down with dogs, you end up with fleas. This is what happened to Mr. Catty, whatever his name is. You see, Trump. Everybody was like, he's gonna go after his political rivals. This is a revenge. Well, you know what? If I had to duck bullets or someone trying to take my head off, people would basically assassinate my whole entire first my character. Then you trying to tarnish my legacy. Then you trying to go ahead and throw me in jail on some bogus charges. All for me to go ahead and be back where I was supposed to be at in the presidency, the Oval Office. And now, through righteous causes, through divine intervention and divine justice, he's going after the same guys that co-conspired against his whole entire first term by basically doing what Hillary and basically Obama told him to do. Go after Trump. Find anything, everything. Find everybody that's tied with him. Make it look juicy. Make sure y'all get everybody down with him. Now look at him. He might be going to jail. I'm kind of upset he's not going to jail for treason. That's the only thing I'm see. We need some examples be put out in front of this country so people could stop and sit the F down with their so-called bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We start making public what's the word I'm looking for? public examples of these people. Maybe with the country will go back into a great wave again. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, yeah, these people one by one, y'all going down. I mean, it's not right, but I can't say it's wrong either. I mean, he did do some lying on the stand. He did some bogus stuff behind the scenes. So yeah, he getting his just rewards. And I'm just waiting for the next person that got sitting in a hot seat and take on the charges that's they brought upon to themselves. And I passed the mic.
All right, well played, gentlemen. Well played. Yo, salute full drink and half thinking. Yo, I subbed to your channel, bro. That's Trini, man. He be over there with old girl Messi over there. Messi a real talent too, by the way. Gentlemen, we are at the 1 hour 45 minute mark. We made good time. Yo, shout out to Hoop for coming by with the sports segment. Look like we back in effect for football season, gentlemen. All right, let's do it, man. I want to thank you guys, everyone, for coming out, supporting. You know how we do it, late night on a Sunday, man. Basically, we've been a Sunday night staple for 8 fucking seasons, right? Dak in the building. What up? He said I would place the governor for Alabama or Florida as potential VP. It's usually to have president or VP or are both former U.S. senators. Who's governor of Alabama or Florida? Oh, well, Florida's DeSantis, right? Oh yeah, DeSantis. But I don't know. I don't know how Vance gonna get along with DeSantis. Matrix Media, what up? All right, guys, you know what time it is. Let's do closing statements. Who want to go first?
I'll go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I say, if it ain't abundantly clear as far as the level of political violence, I mean, as much as they complain about black men being on the news every night or every week, rather for violence, seem like you got white boys right there to show. So, be safe. Make sure you keep your eyes open, man, because it's about to get ugly before things kind of clear up. This shit is actually real serious. So, I'll land my plane there.
All right, bet. Mr. O, go ahead. You give us the closing, and then Tito, you take us home, man.
Well, everything that we had covered tonight, from the opening videos with the new liberal women, news segments, Keisha, these very violent so-called mommy dearests that we have in the community, a lot of them are going to be put into these new sanitariums / mental institutions that probably Donald Trump or JD Vance, whoever going to transfer powers, they're going to have to go ahead and build these institutions and make them more frequent through each day, because the likelihood that a lot of these Keishas, these Karens, they're going to be filling them up in the masses. We can't put them in old folks' homes. They are too far gone. They are bad for society. We got to put them back in these places that was shut down back in the late 70s, going up to the 2000s. This Conti case now put to rest. He deserves everything that's getting done to him, and everybody that conspired with him. The likes like the ADAs, the other judges, the soon-to-be other celebrities, and other politicians. They all go down one by one, and he's just the main target for right now because of what the position he had held. The treason part, like I said again, we need to make Americans actually conscious on what's really the most important things. This is a person that's supposed to be your countryman. He's betraying you by selling you lies and doing all these bogus acts towards the country. Imagine if he was on the other side of the other team. And I about to go ahead and wrap my whole entire statement with this. it's about to become an interesting upcoming months. These gentlemen assassins.
What you say? You said transmission assassins?
Transmission assassins. Yeah, transmission assassins. I'm thinking we're gonna see a whole bunch of them coming out the woodwork. I think this is an MK Ultra. What's the other one? The MK Ultra. Not Blue Beam. It's a lot of, it's a whole rabbit hole of different operations and everything. I even go ahead and say these are hoax actors. They finally get their role and finally get their shot. Unfortunately, it's gonna cost them their lives, but they get the spotlight nonetheless. The world's a stage, everybody playing a role, and I'm just going ahead and pass my mic right there.
No, well played. And I will I'll piggyback on what you said, and then what Tito had said previously with regard to the treason charge. And I know they're bringing him up on a grand indictment for lying to Congress, but with regard to the things that are implied in treason, he has colluded with two foreign countries, foreign powers, Russia and MI6 for the Steele dossier, and Ukraine as well. And this is an open and blatant attack on the executive branch and a sitting president as well as a presidential candidate. So, yeah, as far as that treason thing, I concur on both accounts. Tito, it's all yours, Playboy.
Yo, Campbell, before I pass it to Tito, you look, former FBI Director Conte makes Benedict Arnold look like a monk, and I'll pass the mic.
Hell yeah, all yours, Tito. Oh, yo, full drink and half thinking, man. Yo, you could drop your channel in the chat, bro. Go ahead, Tito. That's all you.
Yeah, as this left-wing violence takes hold of this country, I would strongly encourage people to avoid going to a lot of public gatherings, whether it's churches, concerts, baseball games, football games, basketball games, any of that, art fairs, any of that. Just avoid it, because you never know when they go strike next. And it seems like until the administration finally puts their foot down, it's only going to get worse. And I'll land my plane there.
All right. Gentlemen, I believe one hell of an evening, one hell of a show, and we made good time too. 151, well played, and we got sports in. All right, we packed this Sunday panel. Yo, shout out to Hoop for coming by, man, and reinstating the sports segment. And shout out to Saul for being the statesman and manager he is on the back end, making shit happen. All right, but yo, salute chat, man. Thank you guys for coming. Thanks for supporting the stream. Staying engaged every Sunday, man. You know we can't fucking do this shit without you, and especially on a late night. We at 1:30 a.m. Eastern, and we at the 152 minute mark on the show. That being said, I want to thank my panel for showing up every Sunday. You guys got no idea. We in different states, countries, and time zones. And it's always impromptu. You guys got no idea what it takes to put one of these things together. Theo Waff in the building. What it do, Playboy? Dak was up in here too. Oh, I thought I had a new drop for you too. Hold on. You already seen the MacGyver. We gotta give Theo a drop for putting money in brothers' pockets, man. Fuck, we just do MacGyver again. All right, guys, we in the building. Shout out to Theo Waff in the building, Irvin Reed. Gentlemen, that is a wrap. That is our time for this evening. You guys want anything else before I wrap?
Nope, I ain't got nothing.
All right, that's all right. That's a ball game. We drop this banner. Gentlemen, I will see you next Sunday. Lord willing, I'll see you at News Desk tomorrow evening. Thanks for everybody who comes by on the News Desk. Helps make that show a success. And once again, shout out to Quiet Storm for talking me into it. Until next time, man, you know how we do right about now. And I want to say good night and good luck.
Here's another classic. The definition of hip hop. Here's another classic. The definition. Here's another classic. The definition of hip hop. Here's another classic. The definition. Here's another classic. Salute the black man. I salute. 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 Salute the black man. I salute.
Every man walking this planet who's having a baby should have a DNA test. I don't give a damn if you're married. I don't give a damn how mad your wife gonna be for asking her. It's not about her. It's about your own protection. If you're dealing with a woman who's opposed to it, it already lets you know the caliber of woman that you're dealing with. I have a son. You goddamn right I got a DNA test on mine, and we were married. Was she upset? Yes. Did she get over it? Yes. Would I ever get over the thought of me raising another man's son? No. Fuck that. I'll be damned. Oh man, I'm thinking this kid's not mine, but if I ask her for a DNA test, man, I think she's gonna be mad. Man the fuck up. Every man should have a DNA test for every single child that he has. Every man walking this planet who's having...
I want you to give me a snake cup.
I'll give you a snake cup,
Please?
young lady, yeah.
Oh, dirty man. Dirty Craig. Dirty
I
Craig.
am not dirty. I said I'd give you a snake cup and you will receive one and you will enjoy it.
Bet I will. I want you to give me a snake cup.
I'll give
I don't even think to call me Godfather. You said you'd come into my house on the day my daughter's to be married and you asked me to do murder.
Mad liberator, death operator, rock the data.
We'll do it live. Okay. No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and.
I used to say silly things like, where are all the good men at? Until I started taking accountability. Now I know I'm just an ain't shit ass bitch. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am the problem.
Sorry.
Hey, where's Stewie?
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter.
There it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean, to play us out? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today, and we'll leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it, and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Stewie Griffin. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.